8 years ago, I uploaded my very first YouTube video. I was 10 at the time, and I had absolutely no clue what I was doing. I just uploaded whatever content I was interested in at the time. I uploaded to this channel for nearly 2 years before starting and moving to the Lord Apex channel, which is now BThomas. The Lord Apex channel had its reign from about the ending of my first channel till about 3 years ago. I again just uploaded whatever content I was interested in at the time. And now we're here in the present, BThomas, a small YouTube channel dedicated to everyday improvement. Reviewing the old content from my previous channels really brought me back in time. I remember the struggle for YouTube stardom when it actually mattered to me. They reminded me about a time when I didn't care about the real world, as in the adult world. It was different comparing the old times to the current times. Now I am intentionally trying to build a personal brand and set my parents, my family financially free. Now that I'm home from college, I wanted to take some time to reflect on my YouTube career as a whole. Not just the BThomas channel, but all of my channels. If you're only interested in the BThomas channel, the current channel, then I invite you to skip to part 2 of this video, which will have a timestamp in the description, or you can hover over the timeline on the video. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this section, as I don't want a very long video, so the history and experience is going to be greatly summed up. If you wish to know more, you can either comment about it, or I can make a video following up with more in-depth history and experience relation from my old channels. Now let's get into my YouTube career from the beginning. My mindset going into YouTube when I was 10 years old simply was to be like the Minecraft YouTubers that I was watching at the time. I wanted to be popular. Not so much about the money that comes with being popular, just the popularity. I already mentioned that I just posted whatever I felt like. But once I figured out how to screen record, I was posting mainly gaming content. And this trend continued into the Lord Apex channel. And for context, my first channel was dissolved because I wanted to rebrand because I didn't like the name. However, you can still find this channel. This leads into the reign of Lord Apex. This username remains to be my gaming handle. Just a fun fact, I suppose. Like I mentioned before, the trend continues with this channel, mainly posting content on whatever video game I was interested in at the time. It started with a lot of Geometry Dash, then transitioned into Beat Saber, and eventually Fortnite. Now that we have some of the history out of the way, what did I learn from all of my previous channels going into BThomas? Well, it isn't as simple as a simple YouTube trick, and most of what I did learn came from developing myself as a person before I decided to bring back YouTube into my life. But there was still some value from the previous 2 channels. I learned the basic necessary skills such as video editing, screen capturing, and how to produce videos as a whole. I learned social media optimization on the very basic level. Later, I realized that gaming content, or rather entertainment as a whole, is extremely saturated. And yes, I know you could say the same thing about self-improvement, but entertainment just didn't really align with my life and my values anymore. However, I think the most important lesson that I learned from these 2 channels is how important consistency is when it comes to posting content. I was very inconsistent with my publishing schedule, sometimes not posting with a month or 2 in between videos. I didn't think much about consistency despite what my peers were telling me about how important it is to be consistent on YouTube. But now I see the huge advantages that consistency has. In fact, I think it is what has truly allowed me to develop faster than my previous 2 channels combined. With that all being said, let's dive into what I learned about rebranding my previous channel, Lord Apex, into what it is now, BThomas. Once I decided to bring YouTube back into my life, my why became just to develop a personal brand. My next steps were to utilize this personal brand to scale up a business organically, saving me from having to rely 100% entirely on cold outreach, because that's not fun. For the most part, that's still my plan. I'm just in the very, very early stages of it. Looking back at my first video, my return video, I've learned a great deal about video editing and viewer retention, keeping the video shorter, better transitions, better music, timing the music. I learned how to utilize B-roll in my videos and how to actually record it. I learned a new video editing software that would allow me to edit faster than my previous one and produce higher quality videos. But I think the most important lesson that I learned was how to utilize the resources I had, not the resources that I wish I had. I don't have a fancy camera. I'm recording this very video with a GoPro Hero 4 Silver. And if you don't know, that's a 6 to 7 year old camera. The battery life is no longer than like 40 minutes. I don't have any fancy lighting. Like for this specific video, I'm using lighting from outside, and there is a ceiling light right above me. And I had to learn in my college dorm how to utilize my desk lamps, orient them in a way that would make the video look better and allow my old camera to actually record smoothly. Now, before saying, well, you should have done X or Y or maybe even Z if you wanted A, B, or C outcome, I had no intention of upgrading my peripherals without a steady income source, especially because I'm going to college. I need to be able to pay that off. So learning how to properly use my GoPro, my $30 microphone, and the lighting around me in the environment was crucial. Now let's talk about the growth over these past 4-ish months. If you look past the starting 139 subscribers that I had from my previous rebranding of the channel, I have gained 12 subscribers. My watch time has increased 13 hours from a previous 0, of course, and my viewers since my return video has reached over 650 total views. This growth is much more than I had experienced with my previous 2 channels in the same time frame. As I am no expert, I have no clue whether 12 subscribers and 650 viewers in 4 months is good when you're just starting out again or not. I'm just letting it go through its paces and grow organically. As I stated before, I am ecstatic about the growth that I have experienced in these past 4 months. It's the most I've ever seen in 4 months, as I stated before. However, I do understand that this is just the beginning, and it wasn't always easy. Even now, producing a video and flipping a coin whether I'm going to just get a total of 8 views or I'm going to get upwards to 30 or 40 is not an easy blow to take, especially when you spend an entire week planning, recording, and editing a video. But I pushed through to provide the value that the me 4 or 5 years ago would want, hoping that my viewers, my audience, can relate to what I am talking about, my personal experiences, and gain value from my insights. Which leads me to one more important note. This mindset shift allowed me to break through the lazy script writing, editing, and video creation to make my content even better and higher quality. Just realizing that the now videos are part of a personal document of my life and my experiences as I'm going through them, aimed at helping others, helped me put more effort into the videos that I produce. Because with that, realizing that I don't have to be an expert in any given field to provide experience, and experience is valuable to the right people. With that all being said, bringing back YouTube into my life has already opened so many doors for me. I have already started making professional connections in the social media marketing industry and other content creation niches. So you don't need to be a big creator on YouTube for YouTube to provide value to you, even if it isn't monetary. On a real note, the whole entire reason why I made this video was because my Just Figuring It Out video, which I'll have a card up in the top of the video for you. It did really well. So if you guys enjoy content like this, leave a thumbs up and a comment about what you liked or learned, as this will tell me how to better tailor my content to my audience and provide more value to you guys. There will be one more video like this coming out very soon that will cover my experience going through my first year at college. So if you're enjoying the raw experience discussions, stay tuned. Until next week, Bryce signing off.